we are like 20 years in our business and we think that we know what our business is like, right? And you guys, you're like just out of school. So what do you guys know? So we had to overcome that a little bit, but you really, really, got us in believing in your enthusiasm and the whole program that you work with. I think really stood out and made sure that we actually wanted to work with you guys. And up until today, I don't regret it. So we're actually kind of happy, really happy that we're working with you guys because of your enthusiasm and the work that you put in. I'm Bas Lemmens. I'm the founder and director of For Media. We make digital solutions and we provide our customers with solutions in which their employees are better helped and can better add value to their companies. So we don't believe necessarily in automation as an end goal. So only working computers will be the end point. But we actually believe in actual human beings providing a specific service based on labor, and as an effect, helping them excel is more the way to go as we see it. We did not necessarily have like frustrations, but we were very old school in the way we are running our business because we're solely funded with our own, revenue that we make, the profit that we make. So we reinvest. We don't have any outside money or funding or private equity that is part of our business, and we will never have because we want to be fully in our own control. As far as it goes, what we try to do with our company, and we really want to have all control over what we do. But while being such an old school type of company, you always run into funding problems, and you have to earn the money before you can spend it. Now we had the idea to grow significantly, like quadruple our number of employees. That was our main concern. Were we able in the current time to attract new talent towards For Media? And that was our biggest challenge. And we actually noticed that we started our own traineeship, and we actually managed to attract these number of talents towards our company in such a way that we have actually doubled already. So we're halfway our end goal that we set in 5 years. So that is working perfectly. And so that was our first thesis that we had to prove. Now that one is proven. Now next phase was like, okay, how can we also attract new customers? And that's always been like a very natural way of dealing with it, by word of mouth, that our current customers were explaining to others, saying, okay, if you have a problem, maybe you introduce For Media to the equation, because those guys really know what they're talking about. And that way was the natural growth of For Media in the past 20 years. But since we're growing more significantly over the past year, maybe 2 years, we had a necessity to speed up, like attracting customers too. And we didn't have any active sales persons or active sales people within For Media. So what we had to find out is, okay, how to attract these customers and how to do sales in a different way, so we could actually, meet the way we're growing our employees, so what we can deliver, and also get more questions from potential customers on our way. That was our biggest challenge, and that's the biggest challenge that we still have today. What we managed to do before actually, getting in contact with you guys is that we worked with a marketing agency that tried to work towards us, that let us do the work. Normally that would be something that we would prefer, but we found out that we were simply not mature enough in the marketing field to do it ourselves. There were too many things running at the same time. We didn't have the right focus. and we needed a little bit more offloading of our work. And when we identified that, then we were looking around on the internet to see, okay, who could help us? And then we actually got to know you. Results so far have been like, we've been reflecting a lot on what we've been doing and where we actually stand. So we matured in a sales approach. We also, having a talk with you, also made a significant move so that we needed more assistance also. Another thing that we learned is more reflecting, that we said, okay, we actually need sales and we need to embrace it rather than running away from it. We cannot do it the way we used to do it. So we have to change. We have to pivot the way we do our business. And I think that is something that you guys really, really help us with doing. In the beginning, it was a little bit awkward, since we are like 20 years in our business and we think that we know what our business is like, right? And you guys, you're like just out of school. So what do you guys know? So we had to overcome that a little bit, but you really, really, got us in believing in your enthusiasm and the whole program that you work with. I think really stood out and made sure that we actually wanted to work with you guys. And up until today, I don't regret it. So we're actually kind of happy, really happy that we're working with you guys because of your enthusiasm and the work that you put in. I came back from a holiday, which was planned. And just before we had an agreement to set off this contract that we're having. So I came back, and indeed my calendar was significantly full. So I could actually, start working on my sales skills right away. And I haven't checked next year, but I think I'm busy all year long following up your set up phone calls. So that's something you've done for us so far. I think the perceived value is pretty good. You still have to show and to make sure that we close the deals. So that's something we're not in it because we like you. We're having this thing because it's a business decision, and we also need to have business results. So it's a little bit too soon to say it's a success in that way. But it seems like that we're moving in the right direction. Would I recommend you to other parties I know? Definitely I would, but then I would also want, before I do so, I want to have more information of the company that actually has these kind of problems to make sure that they are in the same kind of phase that we were in. So you would be a good fit, because I can imagine that, you're not a good fit for every customer necessarily, I think. Customer needs to be ready for it and really needs to embrace it, and not like on the side, we're going to deal with these guys and we'll see what they come up with, and like half-assed. No, I think you need to have full submerged. You really need to believe in it, and then it may work. If you have like 50% commitment or lower, it's never going to work like this. And I think it's really like a partnership. And that's also what I like, because it's exactly the same way for media works. And that way, you guys reflect very much on what we're doing. And I hope it also works the other way around. That makes this partnership work. So would definitely recommend, but only with companies that are also committed to change their own behaviors.
I really like your enthusiasm, and what I really like is that you just go for it and you push us to move, to try out things and see what happens, rather than sit and wait and overthink. And it's so easy to think too much, but at some point you just need to get started and get feedback. And your enthusiasm is really it helps us as well. It makes us enthusiastic about the future.